before I exactly go into it. Basically, there's two groups of people in power. There's the humans. They have human bodies and human souls. And there's another group of people, about 4.5 million of them on Earth, that have human bodies and reptilian souls, and they're disguised as us. Instead of just calling them bad guys, they're reptilians. What you really are is what your soul is, not what your body is. And people just don't understand that it's a whole nother group of people that have reptilian souls. There's about 4.5 million of them worldwide, and there's 4 different kinds of reptilians that are incarnated in human bodies. The main kind that's into control are called draconians, and they seem to have power over the world and over the other groups. And the second leading group are called lizards, and they're trying to take over power from the draconians, and they have a lot of power too. And then there's a group in the Middle East that are called snakes. I guess when they're not incarnated in human bodies, they have a snake body. And then there's a group in the Far East, in the Oriental countries, that are called dragons. But like I said, the draconians are the ones in power. Now, there seems to be a lot of confusion about these reptilians. And basically, the Earth is in third density. There's all kinds of stuff on this. And we're in the 4th dimension. The third density has 2 dimensions, 3rd dimension and 4th dimension. And each dimension, each solar system is in either the 3rd dimension or the 4th dimension. In other words, if you could fly around space, you would go to some solar systems in the 3rd dimension and some solar systems in the 4th dimension. And our solar system has been in the 4th dimension for over 1 million years. It's nothing new. And the dimensions are length, height, and width, and a component of consciousness. That 4th dimension, a component of consciousness, allows us to channel better and connect with source and find out more spiritual information. Now, and a solar system can either be in 3rd dimension, or can either be in 3rd density or 4th density. It cannot be in both. So there's no 4th density in the background or beings that are hiding in 4th density. It can't be. Everybody that's here, that's with us, is in 3rd density. And we're going to have planetary ascension probably in 2025. And our solar system's going to advance to 4th density, the 5th dimension. But until then, we're in 3rd density, and there's no 4th density beings here. It's not possible. And the difference is there's 2 kinds of souls that God makes. Half the souls have empathy for others, and half the souls do not have empathy. And when we go to 4th density, only souls with empathy can go in 4th density. Souls without empathy cannot go in 4th density. So all these reptilian beings that are incarnated in human bodies and controlling the planet will be gone. They can't go in 4th density. And that's the big thing about having 4th density, is to advance into that and getting rid of the reptilian control. All the young planets that have empathy for others, as they slowly evolve with technology, these older reptilian races come and try to control the planet. Now, if they came to the surface with weapons and were controlling everybody, they would have a big fight with other positive groups in a shooting war. So is what they do is they grow clones of the body that's prevalent on that planet. In other words, they have 11 cloning centers, and they grow human clones, and they take their eggs and kill them and trap the soul that's in the egg with magnetic confinement, and then add the soul to the clone. A clone is motionless and it can't move or do anything until a soul is added, and they add their soul to the clone. Now, once these, and then the clone can quickly be given the information so it can talk and read and write and all that. And then they train the clone at what position they're going to be in humanity, which I understand takes about 3 months. So some people are getting killed and they're putting clones in to replace them. And it takes about 3 months to prepare one of them. And people have seen various leaders look different all of a sudden, and that's because they were replaced with a clone. and when a man and wife have children, the DNA is split equally from the male and the female to make the children, but the soul information only comes from the female. So whatever kind of soul the woman has, her children will get the same kind of soul. In other words, if the woman has a human soul, the children will get human souls, even if the husband has a reptilian soul. But if the woman has a reptilian soul, the children will get reptilian souls, even if the father has a human soul or a reptilian soul. It doesn't matter. So that's how they're keeping their people in power and making new people, clones and children where the mother has a reptilian soul. Now, as far as the Israelis or the Jews worldwide, about 30% of all the people that have reptilian souls identify as a Jew. So they're the most powerful group on earth that have reptilian souls. And I think there, maybe worldwide, there's something like 14 million Jews or something like that. I'm not really sure of the number. But overall, about 5% of all Jews have a reptilian soul. And now the reptilian souls do not have empathy for others. So people that have souls without empathy tend to go negative. At least some groups without empathy are positive, but the vast majority are negative. And almost all the Jews have draconian souls, but I think there are a few lizard souls among the Jews also. Now,
could you, sorry, of the Hamas-Israel conflict back to October 7th, 2023. Over to you.
Okay, there's Middle Eastern countries have people with reptilian souls controlling those countries, and they're incarnated in snake reptilians. Now, snake reptilians have high intelligence, but since they have no limbs, they can't develop technology. But the lizards came into their planet and made the technology for them and partnered up with them and took them on spaceships and things like that and brought them to Earth as one of the groups here. and they're basically in the Middle East. So the Hamas, from what I get, consists of 90% people with reptilian souls, snake, and 10% humans. And supposedly there's a group of people with snake souls in the Middle East, and the Palestinians are Middle Eastern people, but the Jews are European people, and Europeans have draconian souls, the reptilians there. So they recruited a group with reptilian souls out of the Middle East and made the group Hamas. The Draconians invented this group, and they used them to come in and take over and control the Palestinians. And that way they can tell these Hamas what to do, and they'll start wars and do stuff against the Jews, and then that gives the Jews the license to retaliate and try to bomb Gaza and slowly eliminate it. And they slowly want to take all the land in Israel. And that's what's going on here. This October 7th was a false flag deal, where Hamas came in and supposedly started shooting and taking prisoners and all that. And then the IDF of the Israeli forces, they came in and shot anybody they could, civilians, Hamas, their own people, and they killed all kinds of people. And then they blamed it all on Hamas, and then called all the Palestinians terrorists. And then supposedly they have a license to bomb, or a reason to bomb Gaza with constant missiles and destroy it, and piece by piece take over all the land. But what I'm getting is it's all a fake deal by the white hats, and there's really no prisoners and no bombing and no shooting. It's all CDI and all a fake deal by the white hats, and it's not really happening. And everybody is protesting and up in arms and going crazy over this, and they're talking about all these people are getting killed, and they're showing all these pictures and all this stuff, and it's supposedly all fake.
Well, but there are reports that 15 to 16 million people have been, 16,000 people have been killed since October, and that's not true.
Yeah, it's supposedly all fake. They're showing.
Okay. But then there's with that. There's been an acceleration of what they can call anti-Semitic feeling around the world, especially in the United States, at the level of the universities and at the level of political activism. That is genuine.
In other words, the lizards are controlling the deal. And everybody thinks the draconians are causing all kinds of deaths and trouble. And supposedly it's fake, what I get. If you read the posts of Mike King on the Real History Channel, I think he might have changed the name or whatever. He's saying it's 100% fake, and white hats are orchestrating it all, and it's all CGI, and nobody's getting killed, and nobody's getting bombed, and it's all fake.
Yeah. Now,